Today we're diving into an over-the-top Christmas display on top of my bookshelf wall unit. From sparkling lights to extravagant decor, I've transformed the area into a holiday wonderland. Enjoy! Alrighty, so today we're going to be working on this wall unit here in the family room. This is a repurposed entertainment center that I kind of made into a display shelving bookshelf kind of a thing. And it affords me a lot of opportunity for merchandising in the, for the holidays and so on. Right now it's a little bit in disarray because I still have some fall stuff up, but I'm in the process of putting stuff away and taking it down. So you'll see a couple of shelves there that are empty and whatnot, but that's not what's important because we're here to talk about decorating for Christmas. So in this part of the wall unit, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using some collectibles that we have, some old cookie jars, some Mackenzie child pieces that we have, and so on. So I will be working on that. But in today's video, what I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to be building a landscape across the top of this unit because I often like these wall units, especially during the holidays, to be very full and lush up on top. It just gives a sense of I don't know, character for me. I really like it. I'm very much into the overabundance, or I'm edging on the extreme. And I understand some people don't like that. I've been getting a couple of comments that people think that I'm just too much, and I kindly tell them, that there are plenty of minimalistic channels for you to look at that maybe I'm not for you. You can take a look if you want, but if it hurts your senses, then don't put yourself through that, and then don't complain to me because you're the one that looked at it. But that's what makes the world go round, right? Everybody has a different opinion and a different idea on what they like. So for Christmas, like many of you have always said, more is more. More, and for Christmas, more is never enough, something like that. Got to do what makes you happy. So anyway, so today it's going to be a little short video. I'm just going to show you how I build that landscape up on the top. And I'm not going up there yet because I'm not showing you up there because I actually finished it already and I don't want you to see the end product right now. So let's talk about how I went about creating the landscape that is above this bookshelf wall unit piece. Okay, so many times what I'll do is I'll actually draw a plan out, kind of like a blueprint of what I want to do. Now, sometimes by drawing it, what'll happen is I will actually, I use it as a guide more or less, and sometimes it comes out almost just the way I envisioned it in my drawing, and sometimes it comes out way, way different because I realize that I'm not really going to like what's happening. So let's do this now and see if I can create something. Now in the family room here, I want to give it more of a homey kind of a feeling. I don't want to go as far as saying Ralph Lauren kind of a look. I did that once. I don't think I'm going to go that far into that kind of maybe inspiration a little bit. Lodge-like. Remember, the whole idea of my Christmas this year is to do things that I really liked. It's kind of like my favorite things, but with a twist on them. So again, this is a little bit of something I, may have done kind of, but it's a little bit different. But anyway, let's get to the plan. So this is the top of that wall unit, which is a repurposed entertainment center, which I made into shelving units for now anyway. This piece is a little bit higher, as you can see, and these pieces are a little bit lower. Now I'm looking through the camera as I'm doing this, so that's why it might look a little bit like cuckoo. But anyway, so what I'm envisioning right here is I think I'm going to put a tree back in here. I have these tiny trees, so here, so let's pretend that this is a tree right here, and I'm going to push this back towards the back of this piece, right? Because this is, you know, kind of like that, right? And then I want 3 of them, so I'm going to put another one right here, close, but more towards the middle of the piece. So if this is in the back, these will be more towards the middle. Now, why do I do that? Because it's going to add depth and it's going to make it look like a lot more. Like if you line everything up in a line, what's going to happen is it's going to look like a line. And it's going to look like immature, and it's also going to look not the way you want, not full. Like I always go for that look, like in a department store kind of a look, you know, where things are very layered and deep and so on, so that it gives as much impact as possible. So anyways, I have these 3 trees right here, and I'm going to put 100 mini lights in each one. Now, what I want to do here is I'm going to put something in the front of this tree. And what I'm thinking is I have this really beautiful Santa right here. So I'm going to stick him right here on the angle of the tree. Okay, so he will be taking up this space right in here. Then what I want to do is I have this rocking horse from old friends that gave it to Mary Ann's parents. I want to put that rocking horse right there. So see, I have this trio going on right here, but what I've done is I've added some depth in here. Now, I also, because he has on this burgundy velvet, beautiful, beautiful costuming, I'm going to put, I have these elves that have burgundy and purples and green velvets that kind of match him. So I'm going to put one in this corner right here sitting on something, and then one in this corner right here sitting on something. Okay, so I created this triangle kind of a look right here, and then the depth in this way. Okay, now I don't want to go crazy on these sides because then it just gets like, I don't know, it gets overbearing and it gets too much for people to look at. So what I'm actually thinking is I'm going to put some wrapped boxes up here as presents. Okay, wrapped boxes here like that, right? Again, see it higher to lower, higher to lower. Now in the front of this, I'm going to put garland here, all in here, right? And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the pieces of the tree that I've been using as a pick. So what'll happen is it's going to be very full like this, okay? So the garland there. And in the garland, I think I'm going to put red lights. So there's the white lights here, and I'm going to put red lights over here. Now, I want to keep it like more, I'm not using the word rustic. I'm using the word lodgy, home kind of a look. So what I want to do is I'm going to put berries in here, all berries, berries like this. And then here I have another pair of deer antlers, and I'm going to put them as my centerpiece right in here. Okay, so that's basically what I'm thinking for the top of the wall unit. So let's see if I can do it. Okay, so let's see if I can build the landscape across the top of this shelving unit here as I envisioned it. So as you can see right here, I have a tree in the back, like I had said, and then I have 2 on each side flanking, one there and one on the other side. And I put 100 white mini lights in each one of those trees. So now what we want to do is we want to put things in front of that to add depth to the piece, because that's what gives it its, you know, nice look. So right here you can see we have this beautiful Santa that Mary Ann bought a while ago. He has a really nice face, but his costume is really, really special. Take a look at that fur. It actually looks like, mink kind of, and the rest of it is velvet, including his little vest. Now he has a timepiece hanging off of him, as well as a bag of toys. And there's that French horn, which carries over the music theme from the other room, and the tartan plaid, which is so Christmassy, Ralph Lauren, right? And the violin. And now in front of him, at a slight angle, I placed this wooden horse, which was given to Marianne's parents by their very old dear friends, Anne and Gabe. So I'm thinking that horse is probably pushing 100 years old, and it just adds to the charm of this, what I'm doing up here. Now there are two of these Santa elves right here, and again the costuming is beautiful: velvet, burgundies, purples, gold braiding, and there is that violin carrying on over from the other room, that music. And take a look at this one. He's more of gesture-ish like, but beautiful purple and burgundy and hunter greens. So it adds a touch of class. I mean, it's whimsical, but at the same time, it's very classy looking. Now, I also put some wrapped presents up there. Why? Because people often equate Christmas with gifts, right? I mean, we don't do so much with the gifts. We don't rely so much on the gifts. We do more like family and gatherings and eating and things like that. But people think of it as that. Next up, I put on some garland. This is a cheap garland, and I'm using it just as a base for attaching picks. Now, this is one of the old branches from the Christmas tree that I've been using throughout my series, and I'm going to insert them into this garland to make it much, much thicker. So as you can see in the next clip right here, I've inserted the garland, and look how different it looks. It looks really big and lush and beautiful. Next in, I put in these antlers, and next is coming in berries. All right, so after the berries, I put in these pine cones because, again, it has such a Christmassy kind of feel. Look, you can just see that the brown with the green and the berries. It's just, something about it just looks really, really nice. Here in the center, you want to draw attention to the center. So you see the antlers right there, and then what I did was I put a pick right there. This is a pick that I put in, and it just brings your eye to the center. And then I just used some of these Dollar Tree berries. I didn't see them this year, but they've had them many years in the past. One on each side of this to try to just like bring the whole thing to the center. Okay, so let's take a look at it. Okay, so what do you think? It kind of looks like what I envisioned, right? So glad you got to see how I plan things out, and up next will be filling up all these shelves, and then it'll really look like Christmas. Okay, buddy, thanks for stopping by. Take care, and I'll be seeing you soon. Bye-bye.